So I just noticed something that I really just didn't think about, but I'm going through my third spiritual awakening, and I wouldn't even have come close to thinking that there was a number like that there was a way to look at it in that way. But right now I have to look at it that way, because there was the beginning of it was more of my awareness that I was alive, like that was my first spiritual awakening. So it's like the ego woke up. And so now I flowed through that one, and now I'm in a place where I've completed another one, which was more along the lines of I need to give. Like the beginning of I'm alive caused me to want to consume. And so I needed to study, I needed to love, I needed to interact, I needed to grow and change and be a student and fulfill and feed myself. I was a baby. So there's the 4 stages of growth that comes to mind now, where the 4 stages of growth, the first one is infancy. So I was a baby. And it doesn't matter what walk of life you come into, because I could tell that there were people who have more knowledge than me. I could tell that there were people who not only had more knowledge, but some of them felt like I wasn't good enough. And there was this interesting experience with that, where there was a lot of action going towards me being better. So there was the desire that I had that was feeding that and was causing that to arrive. And so I had to be the type of person who would not become angry about not understanding something or even not liking somebody. I had all of these opportunities to fulfill my inner need that came from my interaction with other people. And so then the second flow was more about not interacting with people. The second flow was more about finding the right people to interact with, so that in turn would help me stay in balance. And so that was 1 and 2. And 2 is related to adolescence. So it's like being a teenager. And the teenager wants to explore. The teenager wants to try to do everything, wants to try to make up new stuff, wants to have, their own thing, wants to be their own person and all of that type of thing. And then there's the movement that comes from that. Once that has been accomplished to a certain extent, to a great deal, then there is the experience of being a adult. So that's the third stage of growth. There's 4 stages of growth. So the third stage of growth is being an adult. And with that stage, there's the experience now of knowing, of being not hungry all the time anymore. Instead, now being willing, being open, being structured, being honest, being clear, being faithful, being energetic, controlling emotion, knowing how to control emotion, knowing how to actually, truthfully, really teach and assist and help, and be broad in the thinking. And so that experience is more along the lines of where I find myself right now, that I am now being very, very broad in my thinking. And so the vastness of understanding, and these are human conditions. This is not me saying that I am special. I wasn't born like this. I didn't even work for it. I didn't cause it to happen. It came about as a result of me releasing the whole trying, the whole learning, the whole teaching thing. And so now I'm at a point where I find it difficult to continue in that way. So this is my medicine. This is my need that has arisen in my consciousness, is to be less of a hero and more of a participant. And so I'm participating in life. I'm not trying to correct life or heal anything. I'm not trying to heal myself. I'm not trying to heal the world. I don't want to bring anybody peace. I don't want to broker any deals. I don't have any desire for things of that nature. And this is not a condition of my physical lifetime as Terrence Lamont. This is actually a condition of my spiritual life, my understanding of being present. So every moment that is happening. So it's actually, that's what I want, is to exist in every moment. There's nothing more than that. There's nothing more. That's not even a want. There's really nothing to want. And this is what I'm coming to the conclusion of, and the realization of, and the fulfillment of, is less of a hero, more of a participant. So I am just present. I'm not trying to anything. I'm not even trying to do. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying. I'm not even listening. So there is no action here in this state. And this is a state of balance. This is a state of infiniteness and nothingness all at the same time. You know, this is a state of heaven and earth and peace and hell and silence and chaos and yin and yang and black and white and the all, the neutrality of the whole. The experience of the whole is the space-time continuum experiential flow that I'm talking about. And I know some of you know what this is. And so it's a spirit journey that I can say the word spirit, because that is something that is a buzzword. That is something that will get someone else to say, oh, okay, I know what he's talking about. But the reality is that I feel nothing. I am beginning to be present in the experience of the journey of the allness and the presence of source, unity. There is no conditions. There are no limitations in this space. This is a present moment reality of the all experience. This is constant. There's no breaking point, no breaking up, no breaking in, no breaking out, no burning off, no burning in, no calling in. It is the spirit existence of. And so words are unique. And I've been continuously, generally moving myself toward the release of words. And so the journey is fulfillment and honesty within the human condition. So everything is fulfilling me as I am being honest about it. As I'm being honest that this exists. As I'm making my choices as a human, and I'm having my experiences with other humans arrive. And so now in this twisting experience, in this flowing experience, in this water experience, in this balancing experience. You see, water doesn't judge. Water has no contingency plan. Water just is. It must exist, and it arrives on time. So there's a story of the guy or the girl who does a water, who dances, or who does a rain making experience, however they may do this, of the old ages. And these people were thought of to be special, witch doctors, something of this nature, spirit beings, right? Soothsayers. Well, these individuals are actually ones who are present with truth. And so they never made rain fall. They just knew when it was going to rain. And so they came into the village, or they came into the space and called themselves a rainmaker, received their payment of whatever they requested, and then knowing, because they were present, knowing what was to occur, they performed their ritual until it rained, and then they moved on. So that's understanding. That's being present and understanding. So the next stage, the fourth stage, is wisdom. Less of a hero, more of a participant. If you look at the understanding of the grandparents, the grandparent energy, those ones are just present. They are always available. They always carry the knowledge. They carry the codes. They know what needs to occur. They've been there before. They've done that. They don't normally have challenge. They just are present and patient and waiting. So these are the most effective people who we are journeying with on this spiritual path. These are the ones who are always bringing what is necessary when it is needed. So this is the journey. This is the end of the journey of the spiritual initiate. And for me, the way it has moved is that I have been journeying for a long time. And for, if you want to call it that, that's a good way to describe it. It's been several lifetimes, several energetic experiences that were unique. And so each one of these experiences have brought me opportunities for something different. And in this experience, there's a culmination, there's a sense of culminality that is occurring. And it's a very odd experience. And what it's doing is it's bringing me back to the people. So now I want to be in the energetic field of people, but I don't necessarily need to or want to teach or talk or share or give or receive. I don't want that, and I don't need that. And the challenge is for me to back off. Less of a hero, more of a participant. It's for me to just be present and allow my energy to be what tells my story. Allow my life, my walk, to tell my story. Except gray hair, but not too much. So it tells me, stay present. Stay here. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's Terrence Lamont. We are Valuable Media. Thanks for watching. Remember, I still want you to exist more than I want you to breathe.